You hire a crew for a framing job. 3 guys, 5 days, you think it's simple. Hours in, hours out, cut the checks. But when one guy clocks overtime you didn't catch, the job runs long, your numbers don't line up, now your margins are off, and you're wondering where the profit went. And this is why payroll isn't just paperwork. It's job costing, it's compliance, it's whether or not this project actually makes you money. Here's something I see all the time. Contractors bleeding money on payroll without even knowing it. You think you're paying your guys right, but behind the scenes, you've got misclassified workers, job costs that don't match reality, and labor burden you're not fully accounting for. And yeah, it adds up. One small mistake here, a few untracked hours there, and before you know it, your profitable job isn't that profitable. So today we're breaking down the real payroll pitfalls I see every week and how you can avoid every single one. We'll get into job costing, labor burden, misclassification, prevailing wage rules, all of it. Let's dive into the stuff that actually impacts your margins. Mistake number 1, when you don't track job costing hours correctly. If you want to know whether a project is making money or quietly draining your margins, you need to track labor hours correctly. Job costing is not an extra feature, it's how you stay profitable. But most contractors skip this and don't have the right system in place. They rely on handwritten time cards, crews write in their total hours, but not which job they worked on. Everything gets turned in late and logged all at once. And when it finally hits payroll, it's too late to fix anything. Here's the problem with that. Let's say payroll shows you spent $12,000 this week, but you've got 5 jobs running. Where did that labor go? Who ran over hours? Which job is burning through budget faster than expected? If you can't break labor down by project and task, you're just guessing. And guessing costs you money. Now here's how to do it right. Start with a proper time tracking tool like QuickBooks Time or ClockShark. These are designed specifically for construction. Your crew clocks in and out by job and task right from their phones. It timestamps everything in real time. It even uses GPS so you know where they are on site. You can create job costs in the app that match your projects in QuickBooks. So when someone clocks in for, let's say, Oak Street framing, those hours flow directly into the job costing report in QuickBooks Online. Here's how the sync works. You create a project in QuickBooks Online. You assign a customer or job name. In QuickBooks Time, you set up match in job codes or import them straight from QuickBooks Online. As your team clocks hours, those hours are tied to that job. When it's time to run payroll, those job-specific hours move into your books automatically. You can run a project profitability report in QuickBooks and see your labor costs by job, by task, or even by employee. So no more backtracking, no more guessing, no more manual entry that takes you hours and still isn't right. You get real-time visibility into where your labor money is going while your books stay up to date behind the scenes. That's job costing done right, and that's how you protect your profit on every single job. Mistake number 2, ignoring labor burden in your costs. You might think you're paying your crew $25 an hour, but your actual labor cost is usually much higher. In most cases, it's closer to $35, $45 an hour once you include everything it really costs to keep someone on a job. That extra cost is called labor burden. Labor burden includes payroll taxes like Social Security, Medicare, and unemployment tax, workers' comp, general liability insurance, health benefits, paid time off or paid holidays, admin costs like payroll processing, training, or HR. If you're only pricing based on wages, you're underbidding without realizing it. Here's how to calculate your labor burden rate. Step 1, start with the employee's hourly wage. Let's say it's $25 per hour. Step 2, add up the annual cost of every benefit and cost tied to that employee. For example, payroll taxes, which are $5,000, workers' comp, $2,000, health benefits, $4,000, PTO, $1,500, admin and overhead costs, $1,500. So total burden is $14,000 per year. Step 3, add that to your employee's annual wage of $25 an hour, and you will get this breakdown of the burden. Step 4, divide by the number of hours they work per year. So 66,000 divided by 2,080 hours equals $31.73 per hour. So even though you're paying them $25 an hour, the real cost to your business is $31.73. And that's a conservative example. If you're billing that labor at $30 an hour, you think that you're making profit, but in fact, fact, you're losing money on every single hour. So to fix this, start using fully burdened labor rates in your estimates. Tools like Buildertrend and Notify let you build your burden rate into each employee profile and automatically apply it to your job costing. That means when someone clocks hours on a job, you're tracking what that labor actually costs, not just what you're paying them. If you want to protect your margins, you have to stop guessing and price for reality, not just the wage. Mistake number 3, misclassifying workers. Want to know one of the fastest ways to get audited, fined, or sued? Misclassify your workers. Let me explain. If you control how, when, and where someone works, that person is your employee. If they use your tools, wear your logo, and follow your schedule, they are not an independent contractor. Some business owners try to cut corners by 1099 everyone. They think it saves them on taxes and workers' comp, but it really doesn't. That's not a strategy, that's a liability. The IRS and state labor departments are cracking down harder than ever. If they catch you misclassifying workers, you are on the hook for back payroll taxes, fines, interest, retroactive overtime, and unpaid workers' comp claims. Imagine getting hit with $130,000 worth of penalties just for misclassifying workers. You can't even say that's an accident. It's literally a $130,000 mistake. If a worker looks, acts, and works like an employee, treat them like one. Set up your payroll the right way, adjust your bids to cover the actual cost, and if you're not sure how to classify somebody, don't guess. Call a payroll pro or an employment attorney. That call will cost you less than a Department of Labor audit. Mistake number 4, not accounting for overtime correctly. I want to ask you something. Do you know exactly who worked overtime last week? Did someone track it, approve it, and bill it to the right job? If you're scratching your head and can answer that with confidence, hate to break it to you, but you've got a payroll leak. I don't think I've ever seen any construction project not have any workers who never rendered overtime. In fact, it happens quite often. Delays, tight schedules, missing materials, it all adds up. And if no one tracks those hours properly, you lose money fast. Here's what that actually costs you. 10 extra hours at a time and a half means you're paying 1.5 times the normal labor rate. Missed overtime loss open the door to wage theft claims. Unbilled overtime means you're paying out of pocket for labor you didn't charge for. It gets worse. Most job costing systems don't flag overtime separately. Those hours get buried inside your regular hours totals, and you never see where the overages are happening. Here's how to fix it. Set a clear process. Make your foreman approve all overtime hours before anyone logs them. Use software that flags overtime automatically so you can adjust your budgets, bill your clients, or shift your timelines before the costs pile up. Every hour counts. The expensive ones count even more. Mistake number 5, not following prevailing wage rules. If you take on public works or government jobs, you need to understand one thing. Prevailing wage is not optional. It is a legal requirement, and getting it wrong can shut your business down. Every state and sometimes even individual cities have their own wage rules for public jobs. If you don't follow those rules exactly, you are opening the door to serious consequences. Here's what that looks like. The Department of Labor audits you. You owe back pay to your workers. You get hit with penalties. You lose the ability to bid on public jobs again. One mistake can do all of that. Here's how you stay compliant. Know the wage rates for every job classification on the project. That includes carpenters, laborers, electricians, and anyone else on site. Pay the correct wage, including fringe benefits. Track everything through certified payroll records. File your weekly reports on time, no exceptions. Yes, it is tedious, but if you mess it up, you could lose more than money. You could lose access to future work altogether. If you are bidding on government projects, make sure your payroll system can handle certified payroll. QuickBooks Payroll, ADP, and Gusto all offer tools to help, but you need to set them up correctly from day one. Tools to simplify payroll plus job costing for contractors. So exactly how do you manage all this work without going crazy? Well, you have a lot of options. First up, QuickBooks Time, which is formerly known as T-Sheets. It lets your crews clock in by job code using a mobile app with GPS tracking. That means you get accurate, real-time labor data that syncs directly to payroll. No more guessing who worked where and when. Speaking of payroll, Gusto Payroll is a solid choice for handling both W-2 employees and 1099 contractors. It calculates taxes, benefits, and labor burden automatically. Plus, it offers certified payroll reporting, which is essential if you're working on public projects. For full project labor management, Buildertrend and Buildertrend, they stand out. Both track labor costs across the entire project, link time entries to specific phases, and help you forecast labor needs. This way, you can adjust schedules on the fly buy and keep everything on budget. If you're a custom builder or remodeler, CoConstruct might be the perfect fit as well. It provides fully burdened labor costing and real-time project cost tracking, so you always know where your labor dollars are going. And finally, for subcontractors and specialty trades, Notify offers a clean, easy-to-use dashboard. It tracks time, invoices, and payroll all in one place, making job costing simple and streamlined. ClockShark is another great option, especially for contractors who want simple time tracking with job-level detail. Your crew can clock in and out by job and task using their phones, and it uses GPS to confirm locations. It also integrates with QuickBooks Online and QuickBooks Payroll, so your hours flow straight into your job costing and payroll without extra admin work. If you want to track labor in real time and reduce errors, ClockShark is a pretty strong, no-fuss choice. If you're still handling payroll and job costing manually, it's time to upgrade. You'll save money, reduce errors, and make smarter decisions with accurate data at your fingertips. And lastly, if you want to save yourself the time and headache that comes with learning about these tools, figuring out which works best for your company, and you really just want to get the job done the right way, might be the best time for you to consider hiring a bookkeeper who knows this stuff. Just saying, while it's great to know how these tools work, the best investment you can make for your business is delegating the most tedious tasks that really aren't fun for you as a CEO. If this hits hard, the link to book a call with me is in the description. And subscribe for more straight up advice that helps you run a smarter business. See you in the next one.